Looks like I was victorious on this one. Morning. So I gotta come over here to the combine shed first thing. I gotta move the combine to where it's in a different spot of the shed, as weird as that sounds. I've got a guy coming from Ohio Ag down to look over Dad's combine for a PMI, and I gotta move it to where he can get his service truck to it, I guess. And yeah, then we'll head up to the shop and get busy. Side note, this has proven to be a good podcast. Keep the juice warm. So government juice or DEF or whatever you want to call it, it will freeze. So it's not super cold. It's only 32 right now. So until it gets below 20, we usually just keep a heat lamp on it and it's fine. But this will be the coldest I've ever started this thing before. So maybe this thing sounds cool when it's cold. I don't know. Or maybe it just starts right up. Oh no, it's somewhat dark in here. Oh, no it's not. Dad keeps his side panels open just so there's, and I guess, less dark places for mice to hide. But before we start this thing, we'd better climb up here and double check. Make sure there's nothing living in our engine compartment over winter. Would hate to start this thing with a coon up there. I've heard it happen before. Haven't heard of any Colossus having it happen, but one of our neighbors had a brand new case combine. Started the engine up. There went the fan. I don't hear anything growling at us yet. So that's a good sign. We've got oil. And we're even full. We have no squatters. I guess the cat didn't let us down. I kind of didn't think it was going to start. Basically, we're going to put the tractor where this combine's sitting up against this wall, and then put the combine in the middle of the building. That way the tech can get around the get around the machine, and if he has to move it out of the building, he can and whatnot. Waiting on her to warm up a little bit. She won't move. Always on the phone. Yeah, I am too. That's why a headset's nice. Deer looks like a pipsqueak from up here. Alright, on to the next task. So before we run up to the shop, we're actually going to just throw one of our toolboxes on this trailer, because we have some tools up there at that building, but we don't have very many. Oh yeah, and there's the new low boy. Hydraulic ramps, those would be nice. If they work. Building looks pretty small now. Got it. Okay, so Dad had a doctor's appointment this morning. Had to go to the eye doctor. He's going to be probably going most of the morning anyway. So while he's going, I'm going to vacuum the cab, clean the windows on both tractors, and finish taking this harness off for the Pro 700. And then these tractors will be pretty well ready to go. We do need to grease the front ends. BJ's looking through the book now, trying to find out where all the fittings are on it. And then probably gonna call these ones good for now. Dax already worked so hard he had to eat a snack.
Well, I'm just hungry.
I understand. I mean, you had ice cream for breakfast. It probably wasn't very filling. Yeah, I came out of the bedroom this morning and Dax was eating a bowl of ice cream. Anything to say about that, little dude?
I want to tell you.
This tractor is finally going to get rid of the Pro 700. Unfortunately, it's just getting moved to that tractor. Now, if you're new to the channel, it may not make sense why we're transferring monitors from one tractor to the other. I mean, the ag leader system that was in this tractor just got moved to the other one. But that's because this tractor has an AGCO RTK system. RTK is sub-0 inch accuracy. I think it stands for real-time connection or something like that. But anyways, what I'm saying is, with RTK, you can make a pass through a field, come back the next year, make the exact same pass within an inch. The AGCO RTK is great for the bean planter, but for the corn planter, we're going to need Ag Leader RTK to run this Ag Leader system. We don't actually need the RTK, but we are going to have an Ag Leader monitor in there, an Ag Leader steering. So it doesn't make sense to have RTK on this tractor that we're not using if this was the corn planter tractor. So that's why we're moving the stuff. Dax didn't do a half-back job. Get all the Case IH books out of here and replace them with John Deere books. Little bit of coffee stains. Better than it was. Bob, you're doing such a good job. You missed some right there though. Wax on, wax off.
You're on the logo, buddy. Get that good and clean.
Yeah.
I want that sparkling.
When we're driving this thing at 10 miles an hour, slinging corn in the ground like a boss, we need to be shiny.
The more it shines, the easier I can find them when I bring the seat tender. You walk around and not do anything when you're carrying a ratchet with a socket on it.
Yeah, you look like you're important.
You look like you've been doing something.
You're going somewhere to do stuff.
There you go.
All right, now just carry that around and swirl it around like you're doing.
Yep.
It sounds like you're even working. Every now and then you gotta let it out.
I have a lot of experience in carrying around tools and looking like I'm busy.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, not right there. Hey. Hey, let me see it. Let me borrow it. Let me borrow it. You remember what I told you to tell BJ about his toolbox?
I did tell him that.
Tell him.
YouTube is this big.
Your toolbox is that big.
How big is your toolbox?
Yeah, how big is your toolbox exactly?
This big. That big?
So just to clarify for everybody, BJ's toolbox is this big. Dax's, how big is yours? How big is your toolbox?
I don't.
It's that big.
Son, it's not about the size of your toolbox, it's about what's in it.
But in all honesty, Dax does have a bigger toolbox than BJ, man. Yeah, it's a 48-inch box. Dax got a toolbox for Christmas, and he thinks he's big stuff. He's a working man. The cleaning crew is at work. So we're heading over here to where we keep the planter and the combine stuff where we're at this morning. We're going to leave one of our pickups over here. BJ and I are going to bring both 1038s over here eventually. One of them we're just going to use to move some equipment. The other one we're going to hook to the corn planter and drag it up to the shop. But we need to make sure everything's going to start that's in the way. That'll be a miracle. I guess there ain't too much. So we will have to move that seed tender. But I could probably do that with that loader, if that loader will start. That'll be the million-dollar question. And that's all she wrote. I knew we got too lucky this morning. There, now we're back. At least we're back in the warmth. Get BJ finishing this tractor up with some clean windows.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah, so this tractor isn't coming back today. That one will be pulling the corn planter back up here, and if we have room, we'll leave it up here. So if we need to, we can move the planter around. Okay, door's open. I'll back 1038 number 1 out. Maybe not. Uh-oh. We lost fuel pressure. I guess we're going to be bleeding the lines again. Hope that doesn't become a thing. Surely this trip to go get the planter will cure that little dilemma. See if this one will start. Alright, so apparently we just should have ran that other one a little bit longer the other day. Go ahead and back 1038 number 2 out. So messy. You can only imagine how messy that one is. Quite a bit of kitty litter under it, or oil dry. Hey, we're running now. So we're gonna back this one out. BJ's gonna pull the other one in. We're gonna let this one run for a little bit, put those panels on that one, Blow this one off and repeat the process. Now hopefully we can get lucky and the wind will catch these hoods. This might not have been the greatest idea actually, now that I think about it. Alright, last panel going on this 1038, and then she is cold storage bound for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll probably be back up here within a month, but we need the space. Or we need a bigger shop. So if anyone from Morton would like to sponsor a building, I'll even paint your name right on the whole front of it. And she's done. So BJ just blew this one out. Time to switch them around. So the side panels are the only parts of this tractor that got waxed. So it'll at least be shiny on the sides, I guess.
This is certainly something.
Now, these panels aren't that bad once you figure out what goes where.
Done.
So in the last couple videos, I've had some comments about the serviceability of the 1038s, and they don't look the funnest. Really, I mean, the panels have their advantages and disadvantages. They're really not that hard to take off once you figure it out. The oil change really wasn't that bad. But then it dawned on us that we have an air cart to pump our oil, and if we didn't, that would suck, because when we changed the oil, we had the tires turned the other way to get to the oil filter. We'd have to have a funnel set up kind of like Cole the Cornstar's augers to reach that thing. I don't know, you might be able to get the filter staying on the tire on the other side. That'd probably be how you'd have to do it. I mean, I don't know. But one thing that does suck about these tractors, I mean, that's where you fill your oil, it's also where you check your oil. And unless you remember to cock your wheels like this, you're not checking your oil in the morning. You cannot reach that dipstick. I'm 6'4" and I can't reach it, so unless you're a 7-foot tall dude, I don't see it happening.
My theory is, if you just ran it for a 12-hour day, you check the oil that night, right? Because, I mean, it survived the day.
About to have ourselves a convoy or maybe a drag race. I think we should line them up and race them. That would be hilarious. Well, I'm clearly winning the race. I don't know if you can see him back there. Way back there. I was going to put a number 1 on the front of this thing, and that one would be number 2, but this might have to be number 3 at the speed we're running. Alright, let's go see if that loader will start. Flip her over to start and see if she'll fire up. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, that was a swing and a miss. So we're going to disconnect one of the batteries and charge one of the other ones. I think this might be a 24-volt system. That could be part of our issue there. I think we got a flat tire. Oh, maybe they're solid. Had to go over here and talk to Monty for a little bit, the service tech from Ohio Ag. Battery should be charged up now, or we'll just be even more angry, I don't know. Man, Dad went to his eye doctor's appointment in Columbus, went to the Schmidt house, and only brought back 1 cream puff. There's 3 people at work here, Dad. There we go. A little bit of ether helped. Hopefully we can use this loader, move that tender out of the way. We might be able to clear this drill. If not, hopefully we can use the loader to move the drill, which I think is what we're just going to go ahead and do. They're parked pretty close together. I don't think we'd clear. Essential equipment for cold weather equipment moving. The path has been cleared. Well, Dad showed up. I'll tell you, for stress inoculation for astronaut training, they should have Dad help them back under something to hook up to it. Okay, now we gotta put everything back in that building. Oh, did Dad just hit a door? He might have just hit that door. Did he hit that door? All right, let's get this planter up the road. Apparently we got to do some work on that loader. I pulled the key out and some of the lights are staying on, so we got an electrical short or something going on there, but for now, let's get this up to the road. There's our parade, but hey, we made it, we're here. Turns out a 60-foot building gets eaten up pretty quickly. All right, we gotta put the fold box in here and hook up a hydraulic remote so that we can unfold this planter, and then we'll be good to back her in. Hey Dad, did you grease your elbows a little bit? Alright, we just did a speed clean. Basically we had to clear as much stuff out of the shop as possible. So we have a 60 by 60 space and we're parking a 60-foot wide planter. So.
Okay, hold her, unfold her.
I have to go very...
Okay, go ahead.
Make it!
You're in.
Hot dang! I think we just managed to squeeze 10 pounds of beep in a 5-pound sack. Alright, well, see you guys in the morning. As is our typical Wednesday tradition, I have to take kids to sporting events. BJ's kids have sporting events, so we are both running late. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.